That Hayley Westenra is turning into a woman of many talents. Now, on Friday night, we showed you her performance at the opening of the World Games in Taiwan, where she was singing in Mandarin. Well, the crowd went nuts, and the next day, tickets to her upcoming show in Taiwan sold out in minutes. So we thought, well, it's time we caught up with our Hayley and find out a little bit more about her plans for world domination. But we got a little bit more than we bargained for. I talked to her this morning as she was in Wales backstage after a concert in Swansea, and I began by asking about that performance in Taiwan.
It was a pretty amazing experience, you know, being there for the opening of the World Games, and then obviously, you know, performing in Mandarin was a bit of a challenge, but it's really great to have that sort of, to make that connection to the country in that way.
Hayley, look, it was a challenge that paid off. Were you singing phonetically, or did you understand what you were singing?
I have, like, the lyrics written out phonetically, and then I also have the translations. I'm given them both, so I'm always kind of referring back to the translation, because I think that's, yeah, you have to know what you're singing about, but I'm not, you know, I'm not at that stage where I'm sort of singing each word and knowing exactly what I'm saying.
But it's important to at least have a sense of what you're doing.
Yeah, and that particular song was very beautiful love song, and I think that the Taiwanese people really sort of held that song, and they hold that song in their hearts, so it was a very sort of well-known song.
Is that something you have to plan? Do you sit down and say, yep, we're doing well in this market, let's hit Asia?
It is really difficult, because you're wanting to, you know, go to new countries, and people, because, you know, because of the internet these days, and the fact that I have been to a lot of different countries over the last few years touring, there are always kind of people going, what about us, what about us? And so you just have to try and do your best to reach as many people as possible, but at the same time, there's only so much time, so you do kind of have to do a bit of focusing.
Yeah, good for looking after them, but is it a lonely life, Hayley?
Yeah, it's had its moments, you know, but recently, you know, I think because I've been spending more time in London, I now have some really great friends here. Now,
speaking of alone, have you got a boyfriend?
Yeah.
So you've met someone?
I have. I'm not going to say anything else, because otherwise it's like opening a can of worms, really. But, yeah, I have, and very happy.
Look, yeah, that must be great, but once again, those are the sort of ordinary things that other people can do. You do it, and it's front-page news.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to let those sorts of things sort of rule my life too much. You know, you can't sort of just worry too much about what people will think of this and that. And you can't let it sort of your career sort of rule your life too much. But yeah, it is a little bit different for me, and you know, you do have to kind of be aware that people are watching.
Okay, look, you're smart, keeping it to yourself. But look, just tell me two things, Hayley. One, is he in the business or is he Australian?
He's not Australian. And yes, he's in the business.
Now, what are the big plans for the rest of the year?
I'm looking forward to recording my Christmas album. Then I have a holiday planned. That's very exciting. And I then go to Taiwan. I go to Japan after that for some concerts. Then I'm back in the UK to release the Christmas album and do a UK tour. And then I'll make it back to New Zealand just in time for Christmas.
And we're very much looking forward to seeing you back here in New Zealand, Hayley.
I know, I miss New Zealand, I miss you guys, so.
Before you go, are you in love?
I'm not going to answer that question. No. I'm not answering that.
Very wise. Hey, look, Hayley, thank you very much for talking to us. And look, once again, that was an amazing performance last week. We'll see you when you get back.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Mark.
Look at her face.